Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going completely under the hood of a fascinating system outlined in our source material called Earn BTC Instantly. We're going to decode exactly how this works by breaking it down into two main parts. First, we'll look at the mechanical engine itself, which is a really clever 2x2 matrix structure. But an engine is absolutely nothing without fuel, right? So after that, we'll explore the high-octane fuel needed to run it, which they call the 72-hour launch strategy.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're covering 5 quick sections: the digital marketing ecosystem, unlocking the 2x2 matrix, choosing your starting package, the 72-hour launch, and finally, the power of duplication. Let's just jump right in.
Section 1. The digital marketing ecosystem.
Before we even look at the compensation side of things, we really need to understand the actual value of the digital products powering this whole system. Because when members purchase packages here, they're actually acquiring digital credits, and these credits unlock a massive, comprehensive marketing toolkit. We're talking funnel builders, website builders with built-in hosting, and full CRM and pipeline trackers. You get email marketing, two-way SMS campaigns, automated workflows, and even Web3 education to help people get comfortable with crypto. Plus, the source material makes a really huge point of emphasizing that these digital credits never expire. It's basically a complete modern business toolkit, and that establishes the real concrete substance behind the system.
All right, moving to Section 2, unlocking the 2x2 matrix.
So now that we know what the ecosystem looks like, let's see how this earning engine actually builds. The blueprint lays out an onboarding process that is designed to be as simple as humanly possible. Step 1, just register using a sponsor's direct link, which literally takes under 60 seconds. Step 2 is simply selecting your package, and Step 3 is inviting others. But here is an absolutely crucial detail. As your matrix fills up, those commissions are paid directly into your own personal crypto wallet, like Coinbase Wallet or Trust Wallet. So there's no waiting around for a company to issue a check. You maintain total control of your funds the entire time.
This really brilliantly illustrates how the math works across the 8 different tiers. The packages start from the entry-level Miles package at just $10, and they scale all the way up to the Imperator package at $4,000. Your total payout for completing any of these matrix levels includes the package sales commissions plus a cycle bonus. And what's great is that these payouts are generated every single time a position is filled in your matrix. That can happen through your own personal referrals or, and this is big, through spillover from members who are positioned above you.
Let's just pause for a second and clarify exactly what a 2x2 matrix is so you know exactly what it takes to trigger these payouts. Imagine a super simple branching tree structure with you sitting right at the top. You have 2 positions directly beneath you on your first level. Then, those 2 people each have 2 positions beneath them on your second level. So that's just 6 positions total. When all 6 of those spots are filled for a specific package, you've completed 1 cycle and the system triggers a payout. Best of all, you can repeat these cycles an unlimited number of times. It's like a tiny puzzle that pays you every time you finish it, over and over again.
Section 3. Choosing your starting package.
Okay, now that we know how a cycle works, we really need to talk about strategic positioning, because how you enter the matrix directly impacts your earning potential. Everyone technically starts with the $10 package, but from there, you have a major choice to make. You can start small, just unlocking that very first tier, or you can do what the system calls stacking packages. This means you select a top-tier package, and the system automatically activates every single package beneath it all at once. The source material is super clear on this. Stacking packages ensures your position to capture commissions and that valuable spillover across multiple levels right out of the gate. You definitely don't want to miss out on a big commission just because someone in your network purchased a higher-tier package before you did.
Now, what's really interesting about the math here is this number. If a user effectively stacks and unlocks all 8 packages, their maximum potential payout is $21,133.75 per full cycle when you combine all the tiers. And remember what we said earlier? Cycles are unlimited, so every time a cycle repeats, it pays out again. This is basically the maximum capacity of the engine when it's fully unlocked.
Section 4. The 72-hour launch.
All right, we've looked at the mechanical engine. Now we're shifting gears to the fuel, the high-performance mindset you need to actually activate all that math. And that brings us to a core philosophy from network marketing legend Holton Buggs. He says, "Professionals launch a business, amateurs join a business." It's a simple quote, but it's powerful. The amateur path is joining, spending weeks getting your logo perfect and waiting around. The professional path is taking immediate, massive action. You don't just announce you're doing something, you launch it with total intention.
The sources outline this incredibly specific psychological excitement window that every new member experiences. Day 1 is when your excitement is at its absolute peak. You're ready to conquer the world. Day 2 is about trying to sustain that enthusiasm through continuous exposure. But by day 3, everyday life gets in the way, doubt arrives, and that window starts closing fast. The whole strategy here is to generate massive momentum before doubt even has a chance to unpack its bags. Momentum beats perfection every single time.
To prove what this looks like in the real world, the blueprint details Holton Bug's legendary Day 1 schedule. Get this, at 10 a.m., he had just 16 people on a call. He told them he was launching something huge and to get their contacts on another call in 2 hours. At noon, 125 people showed up. By 2 p.m., he had 225 people on the line. By 4 p.m., 435 people were dialing in. And then, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., he ran back-to-back shift work home meetings. He literally exposed almost 700 people in just 24 hours. I mean, let's hope he had a serious pot of coffee nearby. But here is the crazy part. He didn't even know all the nitty-gritty details of the compensation plan yet. His only job wasn't to be an expert. It was simply to maximize exposure.
So the crucial point we need to hammer home here is the concept of compressing timeframes. Success in this model isn't magic. It's simply taking the amount of exposure work that most people lazily stretch out over an entire year and compressing it into your very first 24 to 72 hours. It's about operating with absolute, sheer urgency.
And finally, Section 5, the power of duplication.
So what actually happens when you combine that simple 2x2 matrix engine with the explosive fuel of a 72-hour launch? You get what the source calls the power of duplication. Listen, the matrix isn't designed for you to personally recruit hundreds of people. That's exhausting. The long-term goal is to guide a small group to duplicate your exact same launch process. It's a super simple 4-week blueprint. Week 1, your only goal is to get your 2 people. Week 2, you shift your focus entirely to helping those 2 people get their 2 people using the launch principles. Week 3, you help the team launch their newest members. And week 4, you just repeat the cycle.
When you apply that rapid launch speed to the matrix framework, a chain reaction happens. Speed creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence within your team. And that confidence is exactly what drives perfect duplication over the long term. You really don't have to stress over the exact math on every single level, because the numbers will naturally take care of themselves as long as your focus remains squarely on massive activity and duplication.
We've seen the powerful digital products, we've broken down the simplicity of the matrix, we've discussed why starting with the right package is so important, and we've revealed the 72-hour blueprint. The ecosystem is completely defined for you. As we wrap up this explainer, the source material leaves us with one incredibly provocative question to consider. Are you going to slowly join a business, or are you going to rapidly launch your future? Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive. I hope you found it as fascinating as I did.